I dried my own bread in the oven, and eventually I got dried bread stuffing. I used it in the package. But I started, I made my own. I dried my own bread and everything.
For Thanksgiving or just regularly he liked it? He liked stuffing.
Pardon me?
So Bill liked stuffing, dressing at Thanksgiving, or he just liked it
No,
throughout the year?
He liked stuffing with spare ribs.
Oh.
So we'd have spare ribs, maybe once a month with dressing.
Oh wow, that's a fancy dinner.
It was kind of a special occasion. When we had some kind of a special occasion, that's when I would fix spare ribs and dressing.
Yeah. Did your relationship with your parents change as you grew into your teenage years?
No, I don't think so. We was mother and father, and we knew what our place was. It didn't matter whether we were 8, 10, or whether we were 15. We didn't try to become adults. We didn't try to be adults at 15 or 16.
So you never got grounded, or you never had any privileges taken away? You were the ideal daughter.
I don't think we did. No.
That's wonderful.
But see, we were raised like in 2 generations. I think that had a lot to do with it too. My dad was so much older than my mother, and I just don't know. And things were done different at our house then. And when you went down to like Aunt Emma's, my Marcella, she would have she'd have girlfriends and stuff over because she was the only child, so she always, we never had, when we had company, we were not allowed to invite children to come over. We had our company. Well, Marcella, she'd always have some of her girlfriends over. So, you would go there and you would see, it was really different than at our house, but you just didn't ever go home and say, oh, well, let's do this or that. That's what they did over there.
Yeah.
We did over here,
Marcella was your cousin?
She was our cousin.
Yeah.
She was probably about 3 years. She was 3 years older. She was a senior when I went in. I was a freshman.
And that's a big age difference back then.
Oh yes, yeah. You hardly saw each other because of the classes that you had.
Right.
Freshman, unless it was a real
issue,
some kind of situation, you didn't take classes that the seniors were.
So tell me about the friends that you had. You said that some of the kids you used to play with were a block or 2 away. You didn't have any young people near you next door or in your immediate vicinity?
We didn't. We basically, we were not only sisters, but we were friends, Cordine and I. We'd play dolls and put them in the doll buggies and push them. And we lived on the second lot from the corner, and the corner was all lawn. And so we'd put the doll buggies and we'd play house, and then we'd have house would be up on the porch, and then we'd get down on the sidewalk and walk. We were going to go to shop someplace. Yeah, in our imaginations, it was nothing but the sidewalk and the lawn. But we had all these things that, in our imagination, we had that.
Did you live the way people live today with their neighbors right next door? It sounds like there was more space between the houses.
No, there wasn't. The house next to us, our driveway, there wasn't even there wasn't a yardstick. You couldn't put a yardstick between their house and where the driveway was. So they were
very close.
And on the other side, on the other side of our house was a 50-foot lot of lawn that belonged to us. Now eventually my folks sold that lot. Oh, I was older. I don't know that I was even. Well, anyway, they sold it, and the people that bought it put a house on it.
Is the house you grew up in still standing? Is it still there?
I'm not sure, but I think it is. I think Cordine said they went by it the other day.
Wow, I would love to go past that sometime. That's amazing.
Yeah, really. But years ago, wood was what they dried the wood, and it took time, and all the steps that they needed and the time they needed, they took. So when they put a house up, it lasted.
Yeah, right now they do it really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play with both boys and girls when you had other children around?
Mm-hmm. Now, 2 blocks away, Joanne Ryder was on this corner. She had red hair, and poor girl, she had the most gorgeous red hair. But you know how kids tease kid with red hair? It was terrible.
Yeah.
She lived on the corner, and then across the street, and the second lot over, huge big house that these family moved into, and there was 3 boys there. But since it was just us, and then down the block was Glenn and Barbara. They were brother and sister, but Glenn, he was enough older, he didn't chum with us. He had high school friends that he went with. There was those 2, and then across the street was the cousins, and there were 4 there. There were 3 girls and a boy. So, you know, that was the nucleus of what we, you know, had.
And what were all of their names? You said a few of them.
Well, Woodman's, there was Karen and David. And David was the youngest, and the girls had all slept in one bedroom, and he slept out on the couch.
Oh wow.
There was only it must have been only a 2-bedroom house.
Yeah.
And anyway, there was Karen and David and Beth and Leora.
Leora?
Leora.
Leora, oh, that's pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was the oldest, Leora, and then the next one was Beth, and then there was Karen and David.
And David was the youngest.
He was the youngest.
And they were all in one family.
Yes.
Yeah. And what? Any other kids? Other boys?
Then across the street, let's see, they were down across the street and down the block, in the middle of the next block, and that was all people had big gardens in those. That was all gardens was planted. There was a boy and a girl. Glenn, he was a little older than all of us, and then Barbara. But Barbara, she was kind of like a tomboy, but she chummed with us because it was that was it at that end of town.
And what did tomboy mean back then?
Well, she played a lot of baseball, and she wore. I don't think she wore blue jeans. And at that time, that wasn't. Girls didn't wear blue jeans.
She was younger than her brother. Younger than her brother.
She was younger.
So
than
she
her
was
brother.
maybe wearing.
She
his
was about 4 years younger than her brother.
She was wearing his hand-me-downs, probably.
Could be, yes.
The way George had to wear his sister's hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was rough and tumble. She was, you know, she played like the boys.
And what did if the boys were playing baseball, you were playing dolls?
Well, sometimes we played baseball. I had this white linen dress that I had made.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a white linen dress, and I don't know if it was Sunday or what it was, but I had that dress on, and we were out in the street playing baseball, and I had that white dress on.
Oh. Yikes.
And it never came home with a spot on it, you know.
It didn't? You were able to get that home without messing it up? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I tell you, it was just an amazing time, because you didn't have, if you ruined something, you didn't have the money to go replace it.
Right.
So you just did without. You just had such a sense and appreciation for everything that you had. You took nothing for granted.